Well, hey there, my gardening friends. I'm so glad you joined us. My name is Bobby, and you are watching Gardening on Taylor Mountain. My granddaughter and I have taken a little outing to one of our local nurseries, one of my favorite places, really. And so we thought we would share. He has this phenomenal perennial garden. We thought we would share with you some of the things in his perennial garden, just to give you a thought of what you might like to pair together in your garden. You know, we plant our annuals and we love them, of course. He has lots of annuals here for sale, but to have perennials in your garden, knowing that they're going to come back year after year, is just really something so satisfying. So I thought you might like to come along with us to see some of his beautiful gardens. And my lovely granddaughter is behind the camera with me today. As I said, we are on a little outing. So anyway, you will see his dog Toast. This is Morningside Farm and Nursery. Their address is in Boston. I will put it in the description below. Boston, Virginia, that is. If you need native growing plants, different perennials that you really can't find in other places, herbs that sometimes you can't find in other nurseries. Of course, he does the annuals during the annual season. If you need plants like that and you live local, just check out that address in the description below and come and visit Mr. George and his dog Toast and his wife Karen here at Morningside Farm and Nursery. So when you first come to the nursery in the early spring, you are visited by these absolutely gorgeous Miss Kim lilacs. The smell is just outrageous. And then of course this beautiful wisteria going over this trellis. It's just a fun place to be, a fun place to shop. So do, if you're local, do be sure and come. So come on, sweetie, let's go this way. Here's Toast's ball that you get greeted with sometimes when Toast is here. He wants you to throw the ball. We'll come over here to this part of his perennial garden. These are things that he has planted here over time. They have a big plant swap in June. So folks come and bring plants that they no longer want in their garden and they want to swap out, and different people swap different things. And so that's a lot of fun for the folks that live close around. And that's how a lot of the plants have come in this perennial garden. So we're looking at this absolutely gorgeous phlox here. And if you want to walk this way just a little bit, sweetheart. This is snow on the mountain euphorbia. Isn't that so gorgeous? You want to zoom in a little bit there? I just love that. I've got to add some of that to my garden. And then of course this beautiful, this is an annual. This is a dragon wing or an angel wing begonia. And then we have some of the echinacea here, the coneflower. So beautiful. Let's get a good shot of that, sweetheart. Come here. Here, Toast. Look. Here. Your ball is just about had it. Okay. Come on, Toast. Come on. Ready? You ready? Wow, you ran before I threw your ball. Good job. Good job. Come on, Toast. Up. Nope, he's smart. He wants to be in the shade. You want to do it again? Come on. Ready? Whoop! Oh, catch it on the bounce. He's fun. He's a nice puppy. Yes, you are. This is a beautiful swath of sedum in here. Look at that. And then this is thyme. If you want to come a little bit closer, this is like a moving plant here. If we can zoom in just a little bit, look at the bee activity. Isn't that amazing? That's like a moving, living thing right there. And then this is some yarrow. Pretty. If you see a perennial that I don't tell the name of, Mr. George took me around and told me a lot of the names of the things that I have no clue what they are. I've seen them before, or I've maybe heard the names, but I'm not sure that I could remember everything. So just take a screenshot of that if you can, and you know, you can either look it up, or you can just in the comments you can say, hey, you know, at a certain point in the video, what was this plant? And I will try to help you with that. So we're going to move a little bit farther here. This is the Glorioso daisy or a Rudbeckia. Mr. George was telling me it's a biennial, so that means it would bloom every other year. But it does self-seed itself, sort of, kind of, and perhaps then you would get the blooms one year, and then maybe the new seeds would come up anyway. It's so lovely, so lovely. I have this in my garden. This is blue daisy here. So pretty. I thought it was a type of an aster, but he said it was blue daisy. And this is pesto basil. I have some of that in my garden that I use for cut flowers. So we'll keep moving here. This is Baptisia here, and this is a white Baptisia that blooms after the blue one that he has. You can see there's a white bloom there. And then I see some ageratum in here. Can you get a little closer in there to see that pretty ageratum? Then if you want to just pan this way a little bit, honey, and you can show all of the perennials that he has for sale. Just look at this. Oh my word, look at that. I mean, can you imagine the butterflies being attracted to that? That's the meadow blazing star, liatris. Yep, love it. So he has a tremendous variety. Let me walk around this way, honey, if you can follow me. And this is the mountain mint. I have some of this I bought from him last year. It has spread like crazy, and it's great. It's a great filler for your cut flower arrangements, and it has the minty smell. Of course, you want to put it where you can allow it to spread. So, and I have it where it's totally allowed to do what it wants to do. So you can see he has just a beautiful array of perennials and things like that. Oh, look at this. Look at that. I don't know if you can get in closer. Let's see if we can see the tag on that. That's, maybe you know what that is, somebody. It's like a kind of a tip of my tongue kind of a thing. Maybe, I'll have to ask him. Wow, love it. I think I'm gonna have to get some of that. Okay, we'll move back here. This is the, we will stop here. I have some of this in my garden, Stokes aster, a great butterfly magnet. This is the whirling butterflies, Gara, probably whirling butterflies, I think that's what it's called. All right, he has tons of beautiful native milkweed growing, and he said he's waiting for the monarchs to come and lay their eggs on it. We have a milkweed beetle here. I couldn't remember when I just had asked him earlier, was that a bad bug or a good bug? And he said, no, that's the milkweed beetle. And I said, oh, that's right. I looked that up recently. Look at this. This is the blackberry lily. Isn't that the cutest thing? More of the Rudbeckia under there. And then this is another color of the Rudbeckia. Back here, he said this is rue. If you want to, can you see that, honey? I was telling him I heard had heard of some folks using that in their cut flower arrangement, and he said, well, it's kind of like poison ivy. It will give you a burn, so I'm not going to use that. This is a beautiful patch of fennel here, and the swallowtails, that's one of their hosts. This is a type of an Orangium. He has this for sale here, and it's a derivative of the yucca plant. So very cool. And then back here I see some more nigella. I don't know if you've heard of me talk about on my videos how much I love nigella for drying. I love the flowers, but I love the pods for drying so much. This is Verbena brunensiaris, which is, some places it is not a perennial, but for me and here it has perennialized. The butterflies love it. What else do we have? This is another type of a Rudbeckia that Mr. George was saying is not like a thug. It doesn't take over your garden. So very, very pretty. And then this is a plant he said he got on a plant swap. I can't remember. Do you remember, honey, the name of this? I don't either. But look at the foliage. Some of you might know. I said to him, this is Veronica, right? And he said, no, it's a fake Veronica, kind of. And I don't remember the name of it. But look at the bees. I don't know if you can walk a little closer. The bees are just crazy over it. Look at that. Love it. And then this is a yucca plant here. This is a native, I believe he said it was a native mountain mint back there. And I think we have some of that on our farm as well. This is another type of Rudbeckia that gets really tall. And more of the Verbena bonensiaris. Some more Pennisetum, some more grasses here. This is an aster, a fall aster. You can see that's going to be absolutely gorgeous. He has for sale. This is bee balm. It's lemon scented bee balm. Anyway, so pretty. Look at that. Love it. That's for sale. All right, so moving to another part of his perennial garden and shrub garden. He has some panicle hydrangeas here. There's one here and one here. And then more snow on the mountain, euphorbia. I love that. More Baptisia. And some phlox here, more phlox. I think he said this was a type of a lily that gets like really tall. Didn't he say that, honey? I think so. Yeah. Pretty sure. Looks like he had some peonies in here. Or you might say peonies, depending on where you're from. Some more coneflower. And then I love this phlox, just how, I mean, this is just so gorgeous. It's so pleasing to the eye. Some more echinacea there, coneflower. It's just so pleasing. This super cute little bird bath. This is the Rudbeckia gloriosa. Look how tall it is. He said it gets yellow twice. First with the yellow flowers, and then the yellow finches towards the end of the season are covering it. Isn't that cool? I love it. More coneflower. And here we are back to the Miss Kim lilac bushes that are glorious in the spring. This is lamb's ear that he said he likes to let go to seed so that he can collect the seed, and then it has self-seeded itself here in the parking lot. This is super cool if you want to get in a little closer there on that, honey. It's an artichoke type plant, and I wish I could remember the name that he said. He told me. He's so wise. He's one of my go-to people for gardening advice and just different things like that. This looks like more of that Rudbeckia maybe, or some type of an aster. I'm not sure. I can't remember what he said this is, but it almost looks like, I don't know. It should be in bloom. I'll have to ask him on that. More echinacea. These are mums here, it looks like. So I just consulted with Mr. George. Again, this is cardoon here. That's the name of that. And then this is another type of black-eyed Susan, a Rudbeckia, that starts blooming a little bit later and then blooms all the way through September. So it kind of, if you have the gold sturm, you know, that starts blooming a little earlier, then this starts blooming a little bit later than that. So they overlap a little bit, but then you have the flowers all throughout the season. This is Thumbergia going up the trellis here, the black-eyed Susan. Then it looks like some zinnia here and another zinnia, I think. That looks like a zinnia. And a coleus. We'll walk around this way. And he has another limelight here, panicle hydrangea, the balloon flower. I've had these at different times in my garden and really enjoy having that. So now we're kind of back to where we started, but we started on the other side. So I think we'll go back in the shade. I want to show you one more thing, and then we'll wrap this video up. So when I was here a month or so ago, Mr. George took me back into his production area, his potting up area, and he had these ironing boards everywhere. Toast, come here, Toast. Come here, what are you doing? She's busy, yeah. He had these ironing boards everywhere, and I said, why do you have ironing boards? And he said, they make great potting tables. And I said, brilliant. That is brilliant, because it's the right size to pot up your seedlings or whatever. So get yourself an old ironing board, use it as your potting table. You'll be glad you did. And if you live locally, he has a really good selection of herbs. I found my Bergarten sage here, and I have not found it anywhere here locally. So if you're local, do look up, catch his address in the description and come and visit. You will really enjoy being here. So that pretty much brings us to the end of our tour. I hope you enjoyed seeing some of his perennials and how he pairs them. And sorry if there were names that I didn't give you that you wanted to know about, but like I said, take a screenshot and see if you can find the name that way. And I want to thank Mr. George and Karen, his wife, for allowing us to come in and invade their property and their business to spend a little time with them. We really appreciate being able to be here and to share this beautiful garden with our viewer. I want to thank my granddaughter for being here and doing all the filming. She's totally awesome, and she's learning how to video, and she's doing a really good job. So please give her a shout out if you can in the comments, and then I will relay that to her. And until next time, happy gardening. Bye-bye, friends. Ready? Ready? Good job. Good job.